So to conclude the debate, I'm going to briefly summarize how Eric and I have succeeded in meeting the burden of proof that are proof for our claim that the California High-Speed Rail project needs to be cancelled. So we showed you how just compensation for the land isn't necessarily always fair because it kind of ignores other values such as, I mentioned sentimental values of properties. Eric talked about the future investment that the property holds. And then secondly, it doesn't matter if the high-speed rail project is apparently supposed to have all these benefits or improve our economy and infrastructure, because we feel that it will be impossible for the design to ever be accomplished because of the strong opposition from the public. There's only so much politicians can continue to upset citizens and use the power of eminent domain before they start to lose support and they lose office. Secondly, Jordan mentioned how highways and railway systems, they're not designed to make a profit, but at the very least they should at least cover costs, and that should be from the operating costs. However, there's a lot of criticism about the California High-Speed Rail Authorities, the models they've used and values they've come up with. The financial risk of California's proposed high-speed rail project. In their report, they found that the ridership that the authority suggests of 39 million annual passengers by 2030 should actually be only 5 to 10 million. And if we don't hit that ridership, are we really going to cover the operating costs that we need to not let this project bring us to debt, even if it won't bring us money? Secondly, I guess the biggest argument that the high-speed rail has is that it's a better investment than the alternatives of expanding our highways and our airways. Up until November 2011, the California High-Speed Rail Authority asserted that the alternative cost of highway and airport construction would be $100 billion. However, when their estimate for the bullet train jumped up to $98.5 billion, they also increased their predictions for the highway and airport costs up to $171 billion. And this number, again, had a lot of criticisms from various groups. We have a Los Angeles Times article titled "New Doubts of Bullet Train" mentioned how transportation researchers, government officials, and watchdog groups are saying the $171 billion claim is based on such exaggerated estimates, misleading statements, and erroneous assumptions that it is divorced from any reality. We also have the director of UC Berkeley's Institute of Transportation Studies, which is the top research center of its type in the nation. He says that he doesn't trust an estimate like this and that there's a lot of dishonesty in the method. I guess the biggest flaw they're finding is that the estimate they're giving for future roadway and airport work investment doesn't take into account the investment that we still do whether or not the high-speed rail was approved. So because we're still going to have to expand our roads and our airports. We might not expand it as much if we have the railway system, but there will be some costs, and so we're kind of double accounting for them. And furthermore, I have a quote from Caltrans that says, "Not until the rail system is built and actually reduces traffic on both roads would Caltrans adjust its investment strategy." This is again because Caltrans isn't going to take that gamble of if the high-speed rail project will succeed and meet our transportation needs. They've got to account for the worst. So they're going to keep investing all money into expanding our freeways until the high-speed rail actually is built and the ridership values actually are sufficient enough to show that freeways aren't the right option. So those cost estimates don't take that into account. We're still going to be wasting money on highways. Passing the highway speed project doesn't stop that spending straight away. And then, with that being said, I hope you agree that the California High-Speed Rail project should be cancelled. Thank you.